guys, my name is Chris, aka Beauty and the Vape. I'm here at the Very Vocal Vapor booth, first day at NVE, St. Patty's Day. You guys know what I do, and I'm doing what I do. And so I am here with Brett, and Brett wants to tell his vape story. So thank you so much, Brett.
No problem.
So how long did you smoke for, Brett?
If I had to put a timeline on it, it was probably about 3 years.
When did you start? Like, what age? Was it young or?
19. I smoked from the period of 19 to 21, and I was getting up to about 2 packs a day.
It's funny how that does it. It creeps up on you, right? So when did you start vaping?
Late 2013?
Late 2013.
Yes.
And do you remember what device was your first device in the nicotine strength?
It was an EVOD twist with 12 nic.
And what are you, I mean, you've obviously upgraded. And that's a very beautiful mech sitting right there.
Device, which is an RX Gen 3 with a rig tanker on it.
I just got the rig tanker in my vape box, and I haven't tried it yet. But you enjoy it?
It's a very good tank. The coils are a little bit overpacked, in my opinion, so it does take a little bit longer to prime, but it's well worth the wait.
Nice. I'll have to check. I'm not much of a tank girl anymore, but you know, I like to build my own stuff. But I'll have to check it out. Obviously, you don't smoke anymore at all.
No, I haven't touched cigarettes in 3 years.
Congrats. That's awesome. And what nicotine strength are you at now?
6.
Before you stopped smoking, did you ever dual use?
No, I tried to go cold turkey off the cigarettes and primarily use vape. And, you know, working where I work, I understand that's not the easiest method for some people. And I try and stress the importance of, you know, do everything at your own pace.
That's so true, and you know, and you make a valid point, and I bring this up all the time, whether it's in live shows or anything like that, is that even vaping is not a magic wand. And so the first device you pick up may not work for you, but you will find what works for you, and when you do that, stick with it too. You know, if it works, then that's great. Just seeing people I know, sorry. You know, it's great. And, you know, you don't have to have the latest and the greatest or whatever the deal is. It doesn't have to be that way. If it works for you, it's fine. If you're doing a cig-alike, that's fine. That's what I quit on.
I have a coworker who's actually here working a booth today. Him and I kind of share the same opinion because we both work in a vape shop. And if we get a new person in wanting to try vaping, you know, we ask them our usual questions, like how many packs a day are you smoking right now, stuff like that. But we also try and stress the fact that we're not here to push a sale. We're here to help you find a device that you think will work for you. And we also try and stress, do not get upset if it's not working right now. Because as long as you keep using that device, eventually things will start to click into motion. And I try and stress the same thing with my father-in-law too.
And you know, that's really great too, especially to have vape employees and people working with the public that are patient and understand that somebody may come in 3, 4, 5 times. You know what I mean? But you guys are still willing to offer that information and not, you know, be like frustrated or whatever. I mean, you know, you have to have some sort of, you know, understanding because, you know, not everybody gets it. And again, it's not a magic wand, but when it works really well. What changes in the quality of your life have you noticed since you switched to this healthier alternative?
My sense of taste really changed. I tell people all the time, I used to have this thing against Pepsi.
This is going to be a good story, I already know, because I had something similar.
And I would always drink Coke. But after I started, it was not soon after I got my first updated device, which was an Aspire CF sub-ohm with an Atlantis. I started noticing this change in taste. All of a sudden, Coca-Cola became very acidic to me, and Pepsi became very normal. And so, between Dr. Pepper and Pepsi, I switch between the two. Occasionally I'll have Coke, but it has to be like the vanilla Coke or the cherry vanilla, stuff like that.
I mean, that's crazy. So your taste buds really changed. Like that was a big difference.
And then there was certain food ones that I can't really remember. My memory isn't the best.
Mine neither. Don't feel bad, honey. Mine neither.
They keep telling me I got knocked in the head one too many times.
I think my dad just took a baseball bat to me personally, but you know, no one will fess up to that one. But you know, it's funny that you mentioned that because I noticed that vaping myself, and it was more. I think of it in the lines of pregnancy, about how sometimes I have 2 children, and so sometimes when women get pregnant, it's like they hated one food and couldn't stand it, and then all of a sudden now they love it, or vice versa. So if you could tell one thing to your representatives about why vaping needs to stay around, what would it be?
It's an overall healthier alternative.
I mean, I'm living proof. If I didn't start vaping, I'd probably be a 3 or 4 pack a day smoker.
And my wife, who's actually sitting over there, has seen it. These devices don't leave my hand. I mean, yeah, I look at it as it helps my anxiety. It helps my focus. Another thing that did change, I just forgot my energy level. I'm a little bit more energetic than I was when I was smoking, and the question that gets pegged to me by new customers that I interact with is like, what was the hardest cigarette for me to drop? Because I did go through a drawback process before I got the vape, and it was usually the one right after breakfast that I had the hard time dropping. But after I dropped it, I felt so much better. My lungs, I was actually able to pick up a musical instrument for the first time 2 years ago and play like I used to play in high school.
Right. So, I mean, that's amazing too. Like so many just life changes, things that you were missing out on that now you can do. And I think our representatives really need to understand that vaping is changing lives. It's not, you know, it's a public health issue. We're getting healthier, but things we couldn't do before we are now doing. You know, doors are being opened, whole new worlds are being opened to people that couldn't do certain things that can now do them. So, you know, thank you so much for sitting down with me and telling your story. It was great. And I'm so glad that you work in a vape shop that's very informative, very patient. I love to hear those kinds of stories because not every vape shop is like that. So tell all the employees there that I said I'm very proud. That's amazing.
And to go back on that last comment there, it's really a shame that some vape shops aren't really the best in that perspective, because it seems to me like they're not taking the time and realizing what this industry is about. To me, this industry is about helping other people achieve the same goal. How they do it, that's up to them. As long as I do my part to help, I feel fine.
Right, and that's all we can do is do our individual parts. That's really all we can do. And you've done yours today, and you do it every day when you go to work. And thank you so much on this wonderful St. Patty's Day.
You too.
And have you guys checked out his shirt? Look at that. That's awesome. He's all decked out for the St. Patty's. So thank you so much, honey.